What's going on? Larry Wheels here. Thanks for having me.
No, thank you. A pleasure for coming in, my man. I'm very, very excited to have you here on Chorizo Talk, my man. So let's get it rocking and rolling. We're here at For the Culture grand opening. First things first is we're drinking this as Let's Just Drink White Rabbit.
You might pass me one in your lunch? Oh, you're
Got you. Oh, no, this one's colder.
Oh, thank you,
That
sir.
one's cold. That one's
Watermelon, because can I get the mango berry, please?
mango berry, dude. They're hot. No, these ones are empty.
Oh, they're all empty?
It's a little hot.
That's okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, sure.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you. All right.
He doesn't like being in the corners. Yeah, we had to go bring the setup from all the way from Reno.
9 hours out, right?
Oh, he did the driving. My man did right here the driving for us because
So you drove 9 hours today and you haven't rested or anything? You're a machine.
we got to keep it rolling, brother. We got to keep it going.
I admire that.
We can't stop the drive. Once we got something going, if you just stop,
You bottle that up, man. Sell it.
that's why I just got to keep pushing, baby. Got to keep pushing. We're trying to get as big on top of the mountain like you,
I'm still climbing.
but we're right behind you. But you're probably like way up there. We're down there.
Damn.
But we're coming with you slowly.
There's no peak at the mountain, man. Just keep climbing and enjoy the way up.
I love that, my man. I love that. But let's get it going like this, my man. So with White Rabbit, how'd that get started?
Well, it's, microdose kratom seltzer. And we wanted to have a drink for fitness enthusiasts that was caffeine free, right? No calorie, no sugar, and also gave a little bit of a buzz. So I like to take them when I'm at big social events like this or at expos, for example, where I have to keep my social battery charged. Because when I'm meeting and greeting hundreds, and sometimes like at the Honor in Columbus, Ohio, thousands of people, I'm tired fast. So let's keep my social battery up to 100% the whole day, right? And there's no guilt when you drink one because no sugar, no calories.
I love that thing, man. This drink is amazing. I got put on by Theron and Andrea. What show was it? I think it was at, oh my goodness, it was at the muscle contest. They had some there. And ever since then, dude, I've been hooked. I've been grabbing them like crazy, ordered. Next thing you know, I met the owners too as well. Sure enough, now we have them at Silk Diamond Fit Club.
Yeah.
And dude, these things are fire, bro. I mean, fire. It's unbelievable on how amazing the flavors are. They don't have that nasty aftertaste. They don't give you that bittery taste. It's just straight to the punch. Tastes amazing and no crash.
And I'm glad you brought up the no bittery aftertaste because that's what really makes White Rabbit stand out from the comp. It's, we figured out how to crack the code and not give you that nasty, earthy, bitter aftertaste.
Thank you.
And that's what makes it stand out.
Yeah, because I've tried some other companies that do have the kratom, and you can taste the kratom. It just gives it that.
Yeah, it's just on your tongue and it dances and it's not nice.
It's not good dancing. It's dirty dancing.
Exactly.
Do that no more dirty stuff. Hey, boy. Well, let's run this, my man. So how, if you don't mind it, how'd you get started in this industry?
I started making content at 17 years old with my iPhone. I got my first YouTube video, I think in 2013, just me hitting some heavyweights in the gym. And I started getting some traction and I just took that and ran with it. Now that's everything in a nutshell. But when I really started to get respect and some authority in the space is after I got my first all-time world record in powerlifting at 21. And I'm known for being an aesthetic bodybuilder that's even stronger than he looks. So what made me stand out from everyone else making content online was not just what I was lifting, which was impressive as it's by itself. I did many feats of strength over the years, but how I looked and maintaining a low body fat while I did.
Dude, yeah, I've been seeing you when you were over there, even going to college campuses, lifting just this amazing, insane weight. And I just keep looking to myself like, damn, dude, I would have been broken by now.
Well, I've been broken a few times.
I saw that you had some injuries, but bro, it looks like you don't even have an injury. You're walking around here just like nothing ever happened. That's the best part.
Well, fortunately for me, there was only one major injury that I never fully recovered from, which is my torn bicep on my left arm.
Oh, shit.
That tore from the shoulder, completely detached, tendon from muscle. And at the time when I seek to get it repaired, the surgeon said, hey, we can attempt to reattach it, but tendon from muscle is slippery business, and we can't guarantee that we're going to be able to do it properly. Now, fast forward 7 years from that date, and Dr. Steve Moore, absolute badass in the space, repaired Thor's pec and many other top athletes. He said, hey, I can reattach it right now. I'm like, really? But you'll be out for a year in a sling. I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. So beyond that, I've had tweaks. I still get tweaks here and there that take anywhere from a couple of weeks to 3-4 months to recover from. But these tweaks, I call them tweaks to like grade 1 or less tears that stop me from training, but I always fully recover from.
That's crazy. Just thinking about being out of the zone just from being injured. Well, I've been broken leg and all that stuff, and
that's serious.
It kind of sucks because you're just like, you should survive. But now when you have White Rabbit makes you want to go work out. You're like, you know what, fuck this broken leg. I'm gonna get it somehow, one way or another, right?
Big time, absolutely.
Well, dude, if you don't mind running some stuff, you want to throw some background about you with everything, like, so you started at 15, 17?
Started lifting at 14. You know,
iPhone.
Yep. Well, 17 when I started posting, I started lifting, you know, no cameras or anything like that, just because of depression, low self-esteem, bullying, not having anything better to do where I was living, which was in St. Martin at the time, because I wasn't able to go to school. I was on an island called St. Martin that was split down the middle, French and Dutch, and there was only one school that was English teaching, and it was private, and we couldn't afford it. So to fill my time, I started working out.
Shit, so you literally didn't go to school?
From 14 to 16, no. So when I returned from St. Martin, I got my GED, as I would have been 3 years behind in graduating high school at 21 years old. I said, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to go get my GED, and I got my GED at 16. And I was over and done with it.
GED at 16. Damn, man, I didn't get my GED till I was 21. See, so now he's talking about it don't make sense at 2021. That's when I got it.
I couldn't wait to be over with school, man. There wasn't a single thing I found interesting. I did one semester in college. It was a community college in the Bronx for criminal justice. Because my best friend at the time was my workout partner. Said, hey, it's good pay, good benefits. Just do this. All right, I don't know what else to do. I would just, after one semester, quit. Like, this is not for me. Right? Well, and then I pursued my passion of lifting heavy shit.
Well, you're killing the game, bro. You're saying you were, growing up, it put you in a depressed mode. What thrived you from saying, you know what, fuck this, I don't want to be depressed no more?
I figured, if I can build up my body, maybe I can build my confidence and self-esteem as well. And it worked. Took time, as all good things do. And after a couple of years of doing body weight training, because in St. Martin, you can't go to a gym till you're 16 years old, even with a parent garden signature. Mm-hmm. I had to get creative and use a broomstick and cinder blocks, a pull-up bar in my doorway, literally bare minimum, push-ups, sit-ups, things like that, to try and build a physique, and it worked. And I got hooked, I think like everyone does, on seeing my body change. I was a skinny kid. I don't know how much I weighed at 14, but probably under 100 pounds.
You're lying.
Yeah, I was not the big kid.
So you were a twig like me.
I was a twig, Adam's apple, very visible. Can't see it anymore because my neck is like 20 inches thick. But back then, you can see my rib cage, and each one, you can count them. I mean, I was skinny, right? So I got hooked on seeing my body transform.
That's tight.
right? So that's where the passion started. And it developed into, after I got happy with my physique at 17, which is also when I hopped on my first cycle, it changed into, okay, well, I'm happy with how I look, and now I just want to get strong, right? So then begun the powerlifting side.
Dude, your videos are insane. The whole powerlifting industry, dude. I don't know how man, the body's amazing. Especially you lifting 1,000, literally 1,000 on your back, 1,000 on your chest. Just everything that you're doing, my man. You're literally one of the big YouTube out there.
Oh, thank
When
you.
it comes to it, it's amazing. Literally, it's just pretty badass knowing the fact that I have one of the greatest in here, and I consider you as one of the greatest.
Thank you. Thank you. So trying to leave my mark.
So like you already left and you're leaving more, which is amazing. When it came down to growing up and all that, what was the big break when you're like, okay, your first sponsor or something like that?
Yeah. So from 17 to 21, I was working default bodybuilder jobs like PT, security, bussing tables, all at the same time, just to make ends meet. New York City is a very expensive city. Was trying to help out my mom with the rent. Didn't have my own place at the time, just me and her. And after I got my first world record in powerlifting, I had amassed a significant following on Instagram. We're talking about 250,000 followers back in 2017, which was a big deal back then to have that many followers.
That's a big deal right now too.
In a niche space of people interested in feats of strength content and wanting to get stronger. So my coach at the time had the bright idea to monetize what I was doing. He said, hey, I understand you're just getting started in your career of being a powerlifter and you're not quite versed enough to be a coach, but let's work together and start selling training programs. So we were very transparent. Everyone knew it was my coach writing the programs, and I marketed these programs as these are the same programs I used to break an all-time world record this division, and that's exactly what it was. It was literally exactly what I followed on a PDF on how I prepared to break an all-time record in the sport. And while he was putting this together, I was doubting myself, thinking, but I'm not a coach. I've made some cool videos of me lifting, but I don't have the authority to coach people because I have no experience doing it. So I didn't think anything was going to come of it. So what ended up happening is once we finished everything, we buttoned it all up with a PDF, and I made my first post talking about how you can buy these programs, and this is exactly what I followed to break these records. It was an overnight success, and it was so much income, I was able to quit my 3 jobs within a month of seeing steady and growing income each week.
In a month.
Yeah, I mean, between the 3 jobs, I'm making $3-4 grand a month, and that's working 12 to 16-hour days, 6 days a week, right? Which is compromising my training, my recovery, as I'm tired all the time. I'm trying to get my meals in. So what I was really looking for is something to move on to that allowed me to put all my time and energy into powerlifting so I can be the best there is. And that's the gift beyond money that it gave me. It gave me time, right? I was able to buy all my time back. And I ended up like 10Xing what I was doing for those 3 jobs and my first month. And then it just continued to grow and scale from there, where I was able to move out from my mom's place. I was able to really just commit everything into powerlifting. And that's what I did. So I went on to breaking a couple more records in the sport and, just putting money back into my channel and traveling and making great content and just making that a career, which was a bit scary because there wasn't anyone I knew until I met Bradley that was monetizing being a fitness personality. So this is like this foreign concept, but no one I knew from family or friends could relate to. They're like, just ride it till it doesn't work anymore. I'm like, okay, well, how long could this last? Now I'm sitting here at 31 years old and still growing business and opportunity. I never imagined it would last as long as it did. And then not only that, but be bigger and better now than what it ever was at 21. Yeah, I never saw it being like something you could make last long term. I didn't think it was going to last as long as it did. I just saw it like, oh, maybe it'll work for a little bit and then I don't know. I don't know what to think of it. Again, like when you have so few people, besides, again, it wasn't until I met Bradley at 24, so 3 years after, he was like the first person I spoke to that was monetizing his online presence. So it was extremely limited, at least of the people in my circle, people that have any clue on how to work something like that or make it last. Even my coach, this is the first time he was working with online personality and selling a digital product. You know, his business was built on working with people hands-on, face-to-face, as many PTs do.
Better now.
Right? Now everyone's, I mean, rightfully so, is trying to move the business online and buy their time back.
Yeah.
Because do you want to be on your feet 10 hours a day as a PT? It's just that alone, just being on your feet 10 hours a day is very demanding.
Correct.
Right. And then, so I respect the trainers we have in my gym now. They're, some of them are working 12-hour days, or they're at 4 a.m. They don't leave till like 8 p.m. And like, wow.
So your gym isn't 24 hours?
Not 24. I mean, that's just when they, call it for the day. We're open to 11.
Okay, got it.
But we have
bring that up in a bit, right?
What's up?
Your whole gym. I want to know about your gym too, but because I know I just threw you off topic. My bad on that one.
No,
you were
my
talking
fault.
about
My
being
fault.
monetized and all that. It's just so much that I just can run with it, because just seeing your progress and out of nowhere opening up OG was, dude, holy shit, literally.
Yeah, that's definitely something to be proud of. And it's something that I didn't think was going to be a good idea until I moved to LA and started speaking with other gym owners that have had success running gyms. Because growing up, when I was gaining traction and monetizing my online presence, I was speaking to people that were pessimistic on the topic of opening a gym thing, and it's a low margin business. There's no money in it. You need tremendous capital up front to make it work. And once I heard that enough times, I'm like, okay, I'm not ever going to bother opening a gym. So I was discouraged and talked out of it. So it wasn't until I moved to LA a few years back in 23, and I speaking to so many people that had successful gyms, that I decided, okay, I'm actually going to try this now. So I had the means a long time ago to open one. It's just, until you meet the right people, it didn't seem like a great idea, right? Everyone was talking me out of it.
They just didn't want to see you succeed.
I don't think it was that. I think maybe they just didn't have success with it themselves. Maybe their experience was different than mine, unfortunately for them. And I've had a very positive experience. We were profitable in our first month, and that's huge and unheard and not common for any business.
A lot of gyms, yeah.
Let alone gyms. Usually it takes years, to get your money back and so on. So, speaking to the right people, I always give lots of credit to Bradley, because it wasn't until I met Bradley did I understand how to really capitalize on the momentum that I was getting online and make the most of my opportunity. And he talked me into making my own wraps and lifting apparel and lifting gear for my fans, which is a brand called Personal Record that I still have today.
Nice.
And it's been out since 2018, so we're closing on 10 years soon.
Congrats.
And it's been going great. But like, it's these key people in my life, right, that help me understand my value and how to maximize my opportunity. So one of those people was John Gaglione, my powerlifting coach at 21, that helped me out with making programs. Bradley Martin, another one a few years after the fact, helped me understand how to monetize and scale selling clothing and lifting gear. And there's many others since, so I will never be someone that says it was all me and all just hard work, but also a bit of luck too.
And you had a team too behind you.
I had a team, I still do. So luck has absolutely been a big part of it, because if it wasn't for that first conversation I had with my coach about like I had no idea I had anything worth anything at 21 with a 250,000 followers. I just thought it was cool to get attention, but I had a couple of brand deals that were honestly financially insignificant. I mean, there was a little bit of cash flow from them, but nothing to make any difference in my life,
Yeah.
A couple of meals out, I can
just here and there.
It was very little income I was getting from sponsor money. Yeah, like gas money, pocket money, if that, very little income. So I never understood like how much more I could generate from my presence. And I'm very thankful to the people in my life that they open my eyes to what I can do.
That's badass, man. Congrats to the success, everything that's going on. Just monetizing is one hell of a job.
No kidding.
You got to stay on top of all of that. Oh my goodness, I'm being monetized so hard that they're pushing my shit to not be seen.
Really? Oh, no way. Wow.
That's a lot. Just what? I'll show you. Show them the clip, bro. No. I'll show you the clip after.
Okay.
Because then it's gonna be monetized again. It sucks, bro. It's just the shit that comes in through the cameras speaking out people's voices. It's amazing because everybody has a life to speak about, especially from where they come from. There's a lot of things happening. It's just like you, how you said you were coming from at a young age, private school, couldn't go to it.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you say you didn't want to do 21 years old to graduate.
Right.
Did it at 16.
Yeah.
I did it at 21. Dude, you're killing the game. It's amazing, bro. You literally are just one amazing person out there.
You know, but I have to also talk about the mistakes I've made because on social media, it's common for people to only talk about their success and that's like a highlight reel, you know, but there's been many mistakes I've made.
But that's up to you if you would like to elaborate on any of the mistakes. That's your decision. If I'll follow your lead, it ain't going to be like, hey, Larry, like, no, I ain't about that life. I'm more with you, feel comfortable because all I want to do is show people the respect that they should deserve.
Oh, no doubt. I appreciate that. You know, but the most challenging one being when you're on testosterone, your libido skyrockets, right? So I've been on gear since I'm 17. We're going on 13 years now.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, so now at 17 on testosterone, we're enhancing an already out of control libido. Didn't have a girlfriend at the time that was steady, right? I've always been on and off for many years when I was in my late teens, early 20s, as most people are. And I turned to pornography and ended up developing a terrible addiction. And I can talk about this because ever since I made a video about it, that's on my channel, like Overcome My Addiction. I've had many people from all over the world that I've been traveling to tell me, hey, like I watched the video, it really helped me out. Just to make people not feel so alone that are struggling with it. And that even people that they may idolize, maybe I'm one of those people for them, can still deal with something like that. Terry Crews almost lost his, how many years he married? 40 years?
Mm-hmm.
Almost lost his multiple decade-long marriage because of it.
Yeah.
Even open about it. And this guy has accomplished everything, one of the most beloved men in the world.
Correct.
So I would say that's been my Achilles heel. That's been the most difficult. I think for most men, the libido is the most difficult thing to get under control. But like it's had, you know, it escalates, and then it really affects things like your impulse control, which leads to making other bad decisions that if you didn't have pornography addiction, you wouldn't, like those decisions wouldn't have been made.
So as you're saying, as pornography addiction, was it more like you were constantly by the hour watching the video?
In my free time, whenever that was, you know, which at that time, luckily wasn't too often because I was working 3 different jobs. And,
I thought that was just being a man.
you know,
Ain't gonna lie. Am I addicted?
well, that's the thing is,
I'm just saying.
you know, look, oh, that's a great question. Is when it escalated to a point that for me to get off, I had to start getting money involved and get into the weirdest, kinkiest shit. Because when you're not someone addicted to pornography, right, and maybe you watch once a month for 5 minutes, for example, as opposed to someone with a chronic addiction that may watch for hours every single day.
Okay. Okay.
A pair of boobs would be enough. But then you go on years and years and the content escalates. You need more novelty to get stimulated. And now you want to start, like, you start getting desperate. Like, wow, I really need that. They start chasing the dragon, right? And it works like, so I've been in rehab over and then, like with any addiction, escalates. And when you're in class, they teach you, doesn't matter what you're addicted to, addiction behavior is the same, right? Like if you're addicted to X, doesn't make you better than someone that's addicted to this, or vice versa. Like all addiction behavior is the same. It escalates until it gets to a point where they're either arrested, dead, or homeless.
Yeah.
Right. And in my case, when I had that realization is when I was draining all my funds out of desperation to get that fix, by buying custom videos and like, paying for female company, and like it was getting really bad. Where imagine like all those years I dealt with that, I didn't have that addiction. Like,
You just wanted to keep going, energized bunny.
well, they also in class teach you like, add up all the money you wasted in your addiction.
Oh,
Like to try and like be of a, to try and use it as like a tool to keep you motivated to keep on track of sobriety, like to stay abstinent. Like, hey, when you feel these urges arise, like remember how much you lost, how much money you spent because of this habit.
Alcohol was mine too.
And
Cheers.
right. And I see him nodding over there. Like he's like, could you help man out with this? Right. So I'm sure you.
Yeah. That's why I love White Wabby.
And play the tape forward. Right. That's another one. Like fast forward to how you feel after you think you get your fix and what that looks like the regret, the shame. So I'm definitely not by any means qualified to help anyone out with it. It's just I wanted to be open about it here and on my own channel in efforts to try and make others that are dealing with not feel so alone, and help people understand that it's not like no one is safe from it, and to be cautious when indulging that kind of content. Because that's been my biggest struggle. Like once I figured out money problems and I was living a very comfortable life because of what I was doing online, that became like the next biggest challenge. Like, okay, now I'm living comfortable, but I have this addiction that's like eating away at me mentally and financially.
Bank was just like,
what's that?
Bank was just,
yeah, the bank was just getting drained because I'm chasing the dragon, right? Chasing the dragon, right?
I love
so
dragons.
it does, and as time moves on, like I want to get more involved in helping out other young men that are struggling with it, as I get more educated, more experience and time absent under my belt, and when that time comes, I think I'll be ready. But this is like just a part of that journey of, as you said, airing it out and just trying to be transparent and vulnerable with some people watching that may idolize me and think that I don't have struggles like they do.
We all have struggles. But it's just crazy cool because this is one of the biggest topics that we always talk about too. A lot of men don't speak out due to the fact that probably growing up in their cultures, backgrounds, like us, the Hispanic cultures, they would just say, you're a man, shut up. Pretty much, So every time we would bottle it up, just emotional, we're a mess inside. So me, my addiction, my background and flaws, speaking out, actually kind of helped out a little. And talking to others as well as of my problems kind of eased up on some guys too, to open up a little bit and can help out some hope. Because a lot of the time too, just holding it up can really, really, really take you on the other side.
Oh, without a doubt.
Tough.
And what I thought was something like a harmless behavior ended up being something so catastrophic later in life. And largely because growing up, you're taught, oh, like everybody has a vice. Like, what's your vice? And I'm like, oh, mine's just like, going home and watching videos. Like, what's the big deal? Every guy does it, right? Just thinking it's normal. You hear guys that are busting so many times they're shooting out blood. You know, like you laugh about it. You don't think much of it.
Wait, that's for real?
Yeah.
For real?
I don't happen to me, you know, but like there are stories like growing up, like you hear about like buddies like, hey, like I did it so many times, like I'm literally spitting out blood, you know, and it's like you hear about this stuff and it becomes so normalized, you know, that you just start to think, oh, well, I watch every, you know, so often. So what's the big deal? You know, and then it just escalates and gets worse. And then eventually end up being something catastrophic. But now I realize like you don't need a vice. You don't need to be dependent on something to get through life. So that's something I didn't learn, you know, until much later. But that's something that like stopped me from realizing it was a problem for so long. Because I was taught that it wasn't a problem. You have articles online that say, oh, it's healthy to, you know, masturbate every so often. They're probably made by the same websites that are pushing that kind of content. Right?
Yeah.
Those articles are probably, you know, so probably made by the same people pushing content that you shouldn't be watching. Yeah, do it every day. It's healthy. Like bullshit it is, you know? Absolutely not healthy.
Damn, I need to tone it down then.
There's a reason to cigarette.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Makes
All the cool kids do it.
That's the best way to just grab one and say, I want to suck on something. Hey, chill out, though. Chill out.
Legit.
But no, dude, that's amazing, though, that you pretty much knew what had to be done for yourself to succeed into another path. And now look at it, man. But when it came down to opening up OG, bro, what was the feeling of knowing the fact, okay, oh shit, in 24 hours, I'm opening up that door?
Well, it was nerve-wracking because until people line up for the grand opening, you don't know, like, are people going to show up? Like, Brian and I, my partner in Wenjin, joked about it for months before we opened. Like, imagine, he had this nightmare where it was a grand opening day and nobody showed up. I'm like, it's just not going to happen. But there's still that little voice in the back of your head saying that it could, because anything's possible. And I didn't feel relief until there was a line around the block. Then I knew, okay, it's going to be successful. We're going to kick ass. But I was, you know, and looking outside the box in, I can understand how some may see my platform of X amount of millions of followers and go, oh, he's going to crush it. But I understand nothing's guaranteed. Mm-hmm. You know, I understand there are many people out there that are public figures that launch businesses that they don't always work. Right. Doesn't always work out, you know? Yeah. So I didn't get any relief until I saw a line around the block. Then I felt relief. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna be fine.
Now we're gonna be fine. Now we're gonna. Your gym looks amazing. I can't wait till me and John and the team from Diamond from Silk DYMND pop in. I can't say that anymore. But I can't wait until we go. We always talk about it. It's just we're in Reno, Nevada, about 9 hours, 8 hour drive. But it's something that we really want to do. We really want to just pop in and just get to see just everything that you have. Your layout looks badass. Just seeing the videos, the content. We're like, okay, we gotta go. Your posing room, jeez, bro, that thing just nuts. I know you invested a pretty penny in that place.
We did, and we also didn't, because of the connections my partner and I have in the space. We were able to get a lot of equipment and other materials in exchange for promotion. So
man, I need that.
That's what really alleviated a lot of stress of opening this business, is we knew we wouldn't be paying top dollar to get it done. And, you know, industry standard for a successful gym could be 2 to 3 years minimum, even if you are crushing it, to get your 7-figure return on investment back.
Yeah.
Right. 2 to 3 year standard.
Oh yeah.
Right. And, you know, in our first month, we were profitable because we invested only a low 6-figure sum. Right. So my partner had developed such a good relationship with his landlord that he did all of our TIs. He demoed everything, put mirrors up, like everything.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was literally like God saying, hey, you guys are doing good. Here's a reward. I mean, there's no other way to explain it. It almost never happens. Now, when you're seasoned, like a EOS, for example, and you have dozens of locations and you can demand millions of dollars in TIs.
Correct.
right? You're not a high risk business anymore. But for us, it's like our first location.
It's private, technically saying, right?
Well, we're a public gym, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But
Right.
very high risk to the landlord because he doesn't know if we're going to make it or not, if we know what the hell we're doing or not. I mean, luckily he believed in us. His son happened to be an admirer of mine and advocated for him to open up and support us.
Hell yeah.
So we had stars aligned for our first location. But we're not expecting that to happen every single time,
correct.
right? That was a stroke of luck. And I think, people often say, like, is it hard work? Is it talent? I think it's a little bit of all the above, including luck.
Yeah.
And we certainly hit a stroke of luck with our first location.
Congrats.
And, just to wrap up your question, yeah, like 24 hours before we opened, just nervous, It was a big undertaking, and my partner has experience opening private gyms where he only works there himself. There's no employees. So it's really just him, his space, and his PT clients that train there.
Mm.
So he's never run a public gym before, and I've never run a public gym before, nor knew a clue about it. So we're just leveraging all of our contacts to get local gym owners that Ryan knows or I know from across the country or so on to mentor us throughout this process to help us understand, how to avoid critical mistakes and to reassure us that, the moves we're making are correct, and just try and gather all the information we can from people that have done it right themselves already. But so mentorship was priceless. We had tremendous support from countless gym owners before we actually opened, which gave us a lot of confidence. Still not enough to not be nervous. It certainly helped.
That's
and
that's badass.
for any business, that's the approach I'd have. For anything, no matter what we're trying to sell, having mentorship, I think, is critical. I had it when I started working with Bradley and launched my personal record brand. He mentored me on exactly who to connect with to get my materials, to get my wrap from where, at what price, how, everything. Everything. It was so valuable.
That's
so
amazing.
Mentorship is priceless. And on that topic, I hate to switch topics on you, but
No, you're good. No, keep it.
in Dubai, I met Andrew Jacked.
Okay.
And at the time, he was a PT, never competed, never had social media before. And I bring this story up because of like how important, just one person in your life can be. And at that time, he was not motivated to compete. He didn't want to even make a social media page. He didn't have any interest in bodybuilding or being on social media. And I saw so much potential in him. He's wearing a tank top, I think, when I met him, and I just saw like this beautiful physique. I'm like, this guy's got to be like an Olympic level bodybuilder. He has to be. And when he told me he never competed, I didn't believe him. When he said he didn't have social media anywhere, not a single account, any platform ever, I'm like, this is just like a unicorn situation. It doesn't make any sense. So long story short, I befriended him, made some contact with him, and eventually sat him down in my hotel apartment and made his Instagram handle, called him Andrew Jacked. It's going to be your username because it sounds badass, and you are Jacked. His last name is Chinadu. But I said, Jack sounds more cool.
Yeah.
For online. It's a cool stage name.
Yeah.
And I motivated him to make content and start competing. And now he's top 50 Olympia. So I'm really looking forward to the next time I can have an impact on somebody's life. For one, it's extremely fulfilling to be able to feel like you had a critical role in someone's life and you did you answered your calling. I absolutely feel like I answered my calling there.
Oh, you're doing it right now for us.
And
shit.
I think the next opportunity for me to do that with someone is Andrei Smaev in Russia. I went out to Russia. This is one of the most impressive human beings I've ever seen in my life. And they call him the pastor because he's always preaching health and wellness. So his community sees him as a genuinely good guy.
Nice.
And that says a lot about his character when people have nothing good to say about you, nothing but good things to say about you.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be my next opportunity to mentor someone. And I feel so motivated to do it because I've had so much mentorship and support from my endeavors. It feels only natural now to be able to do that for other people.
Give the love back.
100%.
I like that.
Yeah.
That is, dude, I just can't wait to see what you got coming up next. Like I said, the mountain never stops. You're going to always keep climbing. There's always something that you want to keep doing.
Oh, big time.
Like just the whole thing of the success that you're running with. Like you said, you're helping out and you're giving out. Dude, to be honest, this is a big deal for me and John.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Having you here, brother. This is like one of the biggest deals.
Hey.
We very appreciate you for coming in. I very appreciate you for being here, speaking about your life history going on. White Rabbit. White Rabbit, like I said, is one of the amazing drinks that, man, I'm trying to be with y'all on White Rabbit. Me and John are, dude.
Hop on.
We sell these at the gym left and right. These things are just, we can't keep them in stock. Couple of days.
No kidding.
Dude,
I love that.
we're the only ones in Reno. Well, I think there's one more guy left after. I think he stopped, but we were the first ones with White Rabbit in Reno, Nevada. And shoot, it's nuts. It's amazing.
We sold out.
We get phone calls, texts. Hey, are you guys it? You guys have some? Like, yeah. All right. Sometimes they would throw me an Apple Pay real quick, put it to the side. I'm like, fuckers. I didn't want to do that, but they already threw the money at me, so it only makes sense that I can save it for them. But dude, I'm very grateful that you guys got this up and running.
I'm glad you like it and doing so well your gym, man.
No, thank you. I appreciate it, and we'll be coming and seeing you soon too.
Please do, brother.
My
Please
man.
do.
Larry Wheels, thank you for being on Chorizo Talk.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime.
Let's
It's
get it,
easy.
baby.
No problem. Thank you.